This story is for all those who are facing failures in their lives. This story teaches you that failure is not the final destination, but the first step towards success. By listening to this story, you will learn how you can turn your failures into your greatest strength. So, let's start this story and be a part of Zayan's journey. In a small town, there lived a boy named Zayan. He was famous for his hard work. He studied day and night, made notes and solved questions. But every time the exam result came, there was only one word written next to his name: failed. His friends made fun of him. His teachers were disappointed with him, and the locals whispered, "Zayan will not be able to do anything. He will remain a failure all his life." His parents loved him, but their hearts were also growing worried. One day, his father called him to him. There was silence in the room. There was a sadness in his father's eyes that Zayan had never seen before. The father took a deep breath and looked at him, then, holding an old, wrinkled book in his lap, said softly, "Son, this book was given to me by my father, and I kept it for you. But now I feel that the things written in it are of no use." Zayan's heart stopped beating for a moment. He couldn't understand what his father was saying. "Maybe studying is not your thing," his father said. At that moment, only one thought echoed in Zayan's mind. Is this the end of my story? Will I really give up? But tears welled up in Zayan's eyes and he said, "No, Father, I won't give up. I just have to find a new way." One evening, as he sat in his room after failing another exam, he looked at his old notebook and scattered pencils. Suddenly, an idea came to his mind. If I can't pass the exam in the usual way, why not invent my own new method? That would be helpful not only for me, but for every student. So Zayan began an experiment. He created a completely new and professional method that he called memory mapping. In this technique, he would write his lessons as a central idea in the middle of a large piece of paper. Then, he would draw branches from this central idea to connect the main points. He would create more sub-branches on each branch so that details and examples of each main point could be included. He decorated each branch with different colors and symbols to make it easier to remember the information. He would turn difficult terms into pictorial diagrams so that they could be easily memorized. This method would turn the study into a mind map, which would not only make it easier to organize the information, but also make it possible to see it visually, and a comprehensive map of the entire lesson would emerge at once. As the days passed, his method became stronger. The next exam came. Zayan used his new method. And for the first time, not only did he succeed, but he also came in at the top of his class. The teachers were amazed. The friends who used to laugh at him now started asking, "Zayan, how did you do it?" Zayan smiled and shared his method with everyone. At first, a few students used it. Then gradually the whole class adopted it, and everyone's results started to improve. The news reached other schools, and within a few months, Zayan's memory sketch method became famous throughout the region. Years later, this same failed boy writes a book on his study technique, which helps thousands of students. Universities invite him, and governments also start implementing his ideas in schools. One day, standing on stage, Zayan said, "I failed many times, but these failures were not my enemies. They were my greatest teachers. If I had succeeded in the beginning, I would not have invented the method that is changing the lives of so many children today." Remember, failure is not the antidote to success, but the first step to success. Failure does not mean that the path is over. It is often the door that opens to the greatest success. Don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of giving up. Learn from your failures and use them to find new and better ways. We hope that this story will create a new hope in your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. so that you stay connected with more inspiring stories like this.